In this week's episode of The Enthusiast, Vintage The Phantom issue number 41 is going to auction, and I'm chilling out in the back in the studio, and so much more in this week's episode. You're listening to The Enthusiast, the best Phantom podcast for Phantom fans. In this week's Quickfire news this week, few publications will be releasing the Phantom issue number 1985. Yes, issue number 1985. In 1985, they're going to be releasing a new Phantom comic called 1985. It will have The Black Ghost and Operation Domino Part 6 will be coming out on the 5th of December, and it's coming up on this week's show. This week we're chilling in the studio. We've got the Phantom robe on and we're absolutely chilling. No serious talking today. This week we've got Auction City comes back. The Phantom issue number 41, as I said when I was chilling in my seat, hits eBay auctions. A new discussion on buying Phantom comics from eBay, what you need to know next time, or what you need to know when buying from eBay, and another discussion on what I think 2025 has in store for the Phantom. And then we have a new Phantom Cave announcement. That's why we're chilling all the time, because announcements don't come around that often, and chilling is always necessary to get through the day-to-day stuff. What's coming out in the coming weeks? That is coming out, and that is coming soon to this week's show. This week in Auction City, the Phantom issue number 41, currently a picture shown currently up on your screen right now, is being auctioned off on eBay, and drumroll please. Here is the context. The current bid for the Phantom issue number 41 is at $1,500, so that's $1,500, and the auction ends on Monday the 25th of November. The comic book was first published in 1952 by Frew publications, making this Phantom comic book a very rare one at that. Wink, wink. You can now watch my show, The Enthusiast, where we're chilling every day of the week, and every week we're making this show on Anchor and Spotify. The Enthusiast, as you can see, chilling is always my game, where the passion for the Phantom, and that too, doesn't waver. New episodes weekly on Tuesdays, and that's the only day we like to chill. We don't like to chill any other day of the week because we're serious, Brad. We're serious. Look down the camera. No, we always chill. And I will also be putting a link to the podcast in the description down below. It's chilling every day of the week. It's not just one day. It's not just 2 days. It's 7 days a week. Because why would you be serious when you can just chill? In today's discussion, we are going to be talking about buying Phantom comics from eBay and what you need to know before you take the plunge. It's like you're going into a swim pool, but you're actually not. You're just buying Phantom comics off eBay. The first thing you look for on eBay is you make sure the price reflects the comic book you are looking for. Now I'm saying this, and I'll say it again. When you look on eBay, the first thing you look for is if the price reflects the comic book you're looking for, it's normally a good price. Because for example, sometimes if you're looking for a fairly recent Phantom comic, like there might be one that came out last week, and then you have a look on eBay and it's there and they're trying to sell it for $19, or they're trying to sell it for an exorbitant amount of money. And then you can just know that comic book doesn't go for that much. You can know that comic book, you can get it elsewhere for cheaper, and you can get it and add it to your collection for cheaper. And that's just one of the examples that I'm going to say. Then if it's been sold on eBay for more than what it would have been sold at say a news agency, or what it's been sold at on a few publications website at the phantom.com.au, then you're probably getting taken advantage of, because it's probably not worth that much. It's not probably not worth that much. You seeing a price on eBay, and it's probably not worth that much when you could be getting it for cheaper elsewhere. Because sometimes, especially in the comic book hobby, when you're collecting Phantom comics and you've got a big massive collection and people want to make a price look bigger because they know it's the Phantom and that they know collectors are always looking for new Phantom comics, sometimes they like to put the price up because they know that a person, if they're going to go on eBay, they know that potentially they're going to pay for it. Potentially they're going to pay for the exorbitant amount price tag that's on the Phantom comic. But if you've had a little bit of knowledge and you know exactly what a Phantom comic should be worth, it's probably not worth paying the exorbitant amount of money, because you could be getting that Phantom comic elsewhere for cheaper. I can't even tell you how many times I've looked on eBay, and I've seen the price, and I've seen it in the first few listed items. Now, I'm going to go on eBay, I'm going to have a look, and you're going to see what I see, and I'm going to have a little discussion about it. I'm now on eBay, and the first thing I see is, well, the auction items that we just talked about, which is the Phantom issue number 41, and that is an exception because it's an old book. So it's an old book, it's a rare book, so then it commits to the price that it's showing up on the screen right now, which is 1,500. And then as we scroll downwards, we see other books as issue number 190. We got the Phantom comic 251. One of the comic books that I'm having a look at right now, it's called the Phantom comic issue number 634, and it was first published in 1978. Now, I know that's not a recent book, but it's a vintage comic, which then you think that if a collector is going to buy that, they're going to want to have it and then they look at the price tag and they say, hang on a second, I could get that cheaper somewhere else. I could be able to get that comic book somewhere else. They're paying this issue number of the Phantom 634 is paying $20. And you already know, up here, that it's not actually worth that much. It's actually probably worth $3 or $4, and you could probably get a whole set of them, a whole set of probably 100 Phantom comics for a lot more than what one Phantom comic is worth. You could be getting 100 Phantom comics, more than that price that they're paying, and you're only getting one for $20. Like, there's no sense in buying it because you already know up here you can get it for cheaper. Like that's a better price point that reflects the comic book, but it's like a couple of dollars off. What I was just talking about was there's issue number Phantom comic number 839, and it was first published in 1985, and on eBay it's going for $7.95. When if you go onto a Facebook group, as I will say again, if you go onto that, you will probably find it cheaper and in more books than one. And that group is called the Trader Joe's General Store for Phantom Collectibles, and that's on Facebook. The second thing I would look for, if you're interested in buying a Phantom comic, being aware of what you're buying, ensure what you're buying matches what you're going to be getting, and having a good enough look at the pictures that they've provided you. And now, if you're still skeptical about buying that Phantom comic that you're interested in, maybe sending a message to the seller asking for more pictures. Sometimes you buy Phantom comic, it comes in a certain way and you get it, and it doesn't look exactly like what you saw when you first was about to go and buy it, and then you think, oh no, I could have asked for pictures. I could have asked for more pictures to clarify whether I was going to buy that book in the first place. Well, sometimes collectors do that. They ask they ask a fellow seller and they say, "Could I have more pictures of the book that you're selling?" And normally, the good person will send more pictures of that comic book that you're interested in. They'll send pictures of this way, that way, and this way, and maybe you might end up buying it, or maybe you won't. But if you are still unsure about eBay, I encourage you to take a look at a Facebook group called, as will say again, Trader Joe's General Store for Phantom Collectibles. It's a great Phantom group on Facebook where there is true Phantom fans buying, selling, and trading every single day or most weeks, and there's always different types of books. There's always different books from different countries. There's always different books from different sellers. And you definitely always do not go wrong with the people in that group because they're your normal group people. They're your normal, nice, friendly people. And because they know Phantom Comics, they know what they are worth, and they normally would like to give you a good deal on what you're getting. Rather, if you go on eBay and you see something and it's only one comic and it's worth $20, and maybe if you went onto the Facebook group and that same comic was included in a bulk of other things, it might be less than the $20 that you saw on eBay. And if you have any further questions about that discussion topic, you can comment your questions down below and I will try and answer them the best I can. In our next discussion, I'm going to be talking about what do I think 2025 has in store for the Phantom. In 2025, Phantom fans can look forward to finally be able to play new Phantom video game, sitting down, having cold beverage, and sitting down and playing the Phantom video game, experiencing what we've been waiting for years and being able to finally play it and being able to be absorbed in its absolute greatness. Hopefully, it is as great as what we've been seeing and hearing about, and me obviously talking about it for the last few years when it first was getting announced. There'll be more Phantom comics from few regular publishers, Shakti Comics, and even new ones from Mad Cave Studios and many other different publishers, that's for sure. And that always gets me excited. I don't know about anyone else, but that always gets anyone who is a Phantom fan excited because there's new reading material every year. And of course, there's always reading material for us to absorb. Because, it's great. It's great having new books, things that you may not have read before, and it's great to just chill like I was in my chair and just read. What I'm hoping for this next year is I'm hoping to see something hopefully developing over Universal Content Productions, who not long ago we were talking about this and we haven't really heard much from them. I'm hoping that something new on the Phantom from them gets developed and we're able to watch it. I'm hoping. You will definitely expect a lot more videos from me on the Phantom of the home at the best Phantom comic book YouTube channel on YouTube, Phantom Cave Reviews. Subscribe if you haven't been yet, and I will make the best Phantom comic content ever next year. We've already had a groundbreaking this year. We've already hit records. It's been the most successful year to date. I've been making the best Phantom content, the best content in the world. I believe we're sitting on an absolute we're making greatness at the moment, and I hope you are able to enjoy it coming into 2025 and what I have in store for you next year, because it's going to be great. Every year is even better than the next year. last year, and it's going to be even great. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. And you can now get 14% off on all things Hermes Press with the code Enthusiast 2022. Whether it's all in one word, whether you are looking for something new to read on a afternoon after hard day's work, or if you just come in from outside or had a real chill day inside like I have, then you can always find something. There's always something for you to find at Hermes Press today. This week's Phantom Cave announcement is the Enthusiast. The Enthusiast will be soon wrapping up another thrilling season of talking about the Phantom. But before that, here is what you need to know. The Enthusiast episode 9 will be coming out on the 26th of November. Episode 10 will be coming out on the Friday the 29th of November. Then there will be a live season 7 finale of the season 7 of The Enthusiast on the 3rd of December at 7 p.m. only at Phantom Cave Reviews. Only here on YouTube will you be able to experience a live season finale episode of The Enthusiast only at Phantom Cave Reviews, only at YouTube. After the Enthusiast season 7 is finished, there will be a My Collections episode, a Old Phantom Comic Collections part. There will be a comic book review of the old budget books from the mid-1980s. I'll be reviewing Volume 1 and Volume 2. And that'll be pretty awesome. And I will also be doing live comic book reviews on the channel. And of course, I haven't forgotten, and I will also be doing my annual top 10 best Phantom comics and top 4 giant size Phantom comics just before 2024 changes into 2025. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for you to see what I'm going to be making the next few weeks. And as always, if you enjoy Phantom Cave Reviews, what are you most excited for in 2025? Then subscribe to see more great videos like this. And as always, keep Phantom Caving. And I will see you next time on The Enthusiast. Bye!